I was actively seeking out opportunities much more than I had done before I'd been there. And I just think, honestly, one of the best things I've ever done. Would you agree with that? And how do you think that really shaped? Was there a clear kind of before and after moment there?
The main benefit I got was I feel as life goes on, you accumulate more things, you accumulate responsibilities, and like things get set. You have this casual job and you don't have to opt into that job anymore. You pretty much have to say, do I not want to work here anymore? Do I quit? Otherwise, you have to continue. I don't have to opt into this university degree anymore. I pretty much have to say, am I going to continue with it? Am I going to finish it? Or am I going to quit? And I think that those types of things you accumulate in your life, we refer to it as a bucket, that like everyone's holding a bucket and there's responsibilities that are just being constantly put into that bucket until it's full. And then when there's still more responsibilities, it's like you're walking down a beach and these responsibilities are like shells in the bucket. But now you found like a really nice shell and your bucket's full, but there's the nicest one that you've seen. What do? You find something in the bucket and you say, I don't want that anymore. You take out this responsibility that you no longer want to be a part of. There's a committee or something else that is taking some of your time that you're not really enjoying or something anymore. You take that out and you put this new thing in. Exchange, at least for me, was tipping that bucket out entirely. Like your life's on hold for 6 months. I'm going overseas, work, uni, like you are doing exchange subjects, but you would know that it's not as academic as what you're used to in a normal semester. You're not working, new group of friends. So all of that to me was very like freeing, as well as even the space to explore beyond engineering as well. It wasn't just like I had this narrative in my head that I am a civil engineer, this is what I'm doing. And that is the narrative I had first year, second year, third year uni, that I'm going to give civil engineering a good shot. I had this, always had in the background, you know what, this may not be the case, have a plan B, plan C, but I was pretty much give engineering a solid go. Like prove to yourself that this isn't for you by doing a good job of it. And I think that that was very freeing for me actually to have then gone and said, all right, Scott, at the end of the day, you're not civil engineer, you're Scott. And Scott can be interested in a lot of things. And that was my time to really explore it. And I really got into it. I was probably some of those subjects that I did on exchange, even though they'll pass, fail, and didn't really matter. I was studying for them more than what I needed to kind of get by because I was liking it. Found myself speaking to lecturers after class just about the topic of the day for no reason. So I think that's really that kind of like intrinsic motivator. But then that's towards the end of it, that's where you come back and integrate back into normal life. And that's, to me, that was before I start putting these responsibilities back in the bucket. I have to think about, all right, what do I want to commit myself to? And that's where, and is what I currently have enough for me to be satisfied? And that's why Joey and doing this from the ground up Nepal project, I loved overseas projects. I've been traveling to Indonesia and other parts of Asia, and I'm studying civil engineering, the built environment. And this is building schools and health centers and infrastructure after an earthquake. So you can see that's a very natural thing for me to want to be interested in, given what I'd been doing. And that was just the opportunity to help out. And I think that because I came back, if I didn't have that break and I didn't have that like reset, then I would have always said, oh, I'm too busy. I've got this thing coming up. Sorry, Joe, maybe something else. But because it was actually like I came back from exchange and I told work I'm not starting work for another bit of time in the university, like the mid-sem break or the in-between semester break. So you had that time. And when you have that time, then you can see that there's natural things for you to be interested. You have that opportunity to do it. So I think that gap was good. But then at the same time, from the ground up, grew with responsibilities, and UTS grew with responsibilities, and the engineering job grew with responsibilities, and it all starts to accumulate again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's cool. And that was a fantastic analogy about things in the bucket and trying to fit like good shells in the bucket and things like that. I think that's really cool and a great way to think about it, definitely. Because I like for yourself and for me as well, I think having the opportunity to like empty the bucket and put things in that you really want, and things that can really dive into the things that you really are interested in rather than things you've just picked up along the way almost by accident. Certainly like a life-changing thing, really. It can take you down a path that's closer to things that you really want to be doing rather than the things you've always done. So I really like that. One thing I want to speak to you about is this thing you've done in Nepal, the non-profit work.